Traditionally, Navy squadrons have always been launched from aircraft carriers, but during the latter part of World War II in the South Pacific campaign, many naval squadrons were launched from islands. Seabees built airstrips on small islands, and from there, campaigns were launched into the South Pacific.
One such squadron was VF-33, operating from the island of Otan in the New Hebrides. VF-33 was equipped with the new Grumman Hellcat and was the first squadron in the fleet to get this new fighter. It had the 2,000 horsepower Pratt & Whitney double wasp engine, a maximum speed of 380 miles per hour, and a range of 1,040 miles. It was armed with 6 Browning M2 machine guns and could be equipped with rockets and bombs, a formidable opponent for the Japanese Zero. Morning on the island of Ipat. A crewman fuels up the F-6F for today's mission. The pilots gather around the squadron's commanding officer, Lieutenant Commander Holly Russell. In the outdoor ready room, the CO explains the flight plan for the day. He draws out the objective on the sand. Questions are answered, and the skipper disbands the group. Morale is high as the men race to their machine. The pilot climbs aboard his plane, helped by the plane captain. Harnesses are adjusted. Lieutenant Scott gives the signal to the plane captain, and the 2,800 cubic inch Pratt & Whitney roars into life. Another pilot of the Fighting 33rd climbs aboard his F-6F. This is Lieutenant J.G. Frank Schneider. The Oklahoma native is one of the squadron's 3 aces. 5 Japanese planes have already gone down in flames from the Hellcat's 50 caliber Brownings. The old man, Lieutenant Commander Holly Russell, climbs aboard his aircraft, and he has a passenger with him, the squadron mascot. He gives a signal to the men to follow him to the airstrip. Equipped with the 150-gallon belly tank for extended range, the aircraft taxi to the flight line. Designed for an aircraft carrier, the Hellcat is ideally suited for the short airstrips of the tropical islands. The F-6F was a superior aircraft to the Zero in speed and maneuverability at higher altitudes. It was a tough aircraft, able to sustain considerable battle damage and still get its pilot home. 86% of the planes dispatched by naval aviators fell to the guns of the Hellcat. The squadron returns to the airstrip at Havana Harbor. There will be a debriefing, and the next day they will take to the sky again to hunt the planes from the Empire of Japan. The Fighting 33rd was active from 1943 until 1945. Lieutenant Commander Holly Russell, after downing a Zero, was hit by another, and, though wounded, made a safe belly landing. VF-33 destroyed 60 enemy planes and had 3 aces among its pilots. Lieutenant J.G. James J. Kinsella had 5 kills. Lieutenant J.G. Carlos K. Hildebrand had 5 kills. The 27-year-old native of San Francisco got his 5th Christmas Eve, 1943. Lieutenant J.G. Frank E. Schneider had 7 kills. After his 7th, he was hit by enemy fire and is listed as KIA, January 9, 1944. The squadron was re-established in 1948. VF-33 last flew in October 1993. At that time, they were flying the F-14 Thomas